Dynamite blasting in the residential area is not allowed. If anybody says that it is allowed, I would like to know which provision of law under which they are saying that. If anybody has given this permission, we want to see on what basis he gave that. Whether he is authorized to give, whether he can give that permission without consulting other concerned authorities is the most important point. Buildings cracking, then I believe they said we will get it repaired. My submission is prevention is better than cure. You are coming and repairing when the cracking take place. It doesn't make sense. You should prevent it. Follow up with the commissioners, whatever it is. Just some people are saying commissioner to permission de diya. I have not seen anything permission because they themselves have said some time back it came in the newspaper. In the name of the officer from NMMC is given saying that we have not given the permission. Now, I like to congratulate your channel for the effort you are putting to bring this issue of public issue to the concerned authorities apart from the public knowledge. Now, I will be very specific. There are 4 points I am going to speak about. Number one, what is the position in law about the dynamite blasting in residential areas? Now, this residential area point is known to everybody. Who gave them permission? Just now I heard somebody saying municipal commissioner permission there, but when we inquired with the municipal, they said they have not given. Okay. But the site manager is claiming, I believe, that he got some permission from somewhere. So when I requested my members and other people to get the copy of that, what he claims he has got the permission for, then I would have commented on that. They are not parting with that whatever permission. Who is the person? The first concern is the municipal commissioner who should look into the safety of the people. Now the grantor, that means in this area, these buildings and all that, this is the CITCO is the grantor who built the thing and sold on lease. Now therefore the position in law is this, dynamite blasting in the residential area is not allowed. If anybody says that it is allowed, I would like to know which provision of law under which they are saying that. If anybody has given this permission, we want to see on what basis he gave that. Whether he is authorized to give, whether he can give that permission without consulting other concerned authorities is the most important point. Now, as far as the dynamite blasting is concerned, some people have expressed it's a low intensity, it's safe. That is not true. We have seen very, very high intensity blasting. On 11th, this month on 11th, I was standing in my veranda, first floor, facing that church there, which is behind us. When the biggest blast ever I have seen, somebody on the road, somebody from the church is saying, church is shaking, church is shaking. And this man is repeating. I could see that. So, to say that this blast is controlled blast, because they are trying to mislead the public, saying this is a controlled blast, it is allowed. It is not allowed in residential area, no controlled blast, any blast. But this particular type of blasting they are doing, sir, is not at all allowed in the residential law, is clear in law. Next comes is, there are so many other builders in Navi Mumbai who have been only very close here behind this. You can go and see there how deep they have gone. They never used even once any dynamite blasting. So I myself went to the site there to check. I asked the site manager, whoever is the senior man, sir, you went in so deep. How did you go so deep? Sir, it's very simple. I asked him, did you use any dynamite blasting any time? No, sir, we haven't used. Then how did you go to so deep? Sir, it's very simple. The Godrej's authorities, they want to save money. The way we have gone about is, if you identify any rock, anything, any hard area, we mark the place at a space of 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches spacing. We drill. After drilling, series of drilling, we use the hammer to hit it and it breaks. Only thing is, it consumes time and little more money is to be spent. So what they are doing there, sir, to save their money at the cost of the people in this area, they are doing that. They have every procedure to do without dynamite blasting is main point what I am mentioning to you, sir. So therefore, it should be clear to everybody. Not only illegal blasting, it is also the procedure which other people are following. They don't want to follow that because you want to make money more. So therefore, as far as the dynamite blasting is concerned, one aspect is legality part. There is another aspect, sir. Very close to a Thane Creek, there is an earth line fault. This has been described by a professor of IIT in some years ago in Times of India with a detailed diagram. Not only Thane Creek, he also gave another 2 fault lines coming to the entrance of Bombay Harbour, meeting there. And he said, this area people have to be very careful. Anytime anything can happen. So therefore, to have periodic blastings like this, there's a thing called resonance, sir. For instance, to understand what resonance is, when our soldiers are, see how intense it is. When our soldiers or sailors march on a bridge, sir,
it has to be synchronized.
Not synchronized, we tell them to break the step. Because if you put step like that, this becomes continuous wave and intensified, that's called resonance. So therefore, we tell them, hey, don't walk like that, you break your step. By breaking the step, resonance is reduced. So all I'm saying is, in this area, this kind of periodic blastings, earth is likely to shake and intensify. Resonance may occur, earthquake may come, sir. It has come in areas. For instance, recently you might have heard, somewhere in the north, where the Chinese are building through Azad Kashmir as somewhere their road, they have big plans, sir. So when they were doing that particular thing, they also used dynamite blasting to break the hills. At least in hilly area, they used it. Now what happened after that, because the resonance earth shaking, a big earthquake has come. You might have seen recently what kind of earthquake they faced. It is not theoretical, it is actually practically happened.
Man-made.
Yes, sir. So therefore, the possibility of earthquake coming in our area because of this dynamite blasting is probability is quite high. Another point I want to mention, when this article appeared in Times of India, Dr. Usha Mehta, noted Gandhian freedom fighter Padma Vibhushan. She was the president of an organization called Citizens for a Just Society. I fought some public interest petitions for her under that particular name, and she was the petitioner. For instance, if you have known some years ago, we fought the railway lines on the hutments on both sides, and we succeeded there because we got the poor people who were there, we got them some flats also. At that time, after that, this article came, then she asked me, this Times of India published article, professor, knowledgeable man is saying earthquake is likely to come. Now, just few days before that, sir, the chairman of Atomic Energy Commission put it in the public knowledge with his one statement. BARC has become nuclear weapon making establishment. Means what? Atom bombs are going to be made there. That is his own statement, sir. So therefore, her fear is, if this happens, is it likely to be dangerous to Bombay city? She called me. Is there any way we can handle this? I said, madam, this is very simple. In every country where the nuclear weapon making endeavor is there, It's very far away from the residential areas. Every country, take any country. How this can be so close to residential? So she filed the petition. I argued to cut short the whole story instead of going into details. Honorable Bombay High Court was convinced. They even written that petitioners appear to be knowledgeable. So they gave directions to the central government what is to be done. So I will not go more into that. All I'm saying is the concern about the earth fault in Thane Creek is a genuine concern. So therefore this blasting must be avoided. That is point number one. So point number two, buildings cracking, then I believe they said we will get it repaired. My submission is prevention is better than cure. You are coming and repairing when the cracking take place. It doesn't make sense. You should prevent it. Therefore, residential buildings must be protected. The life of the people must be protected. On the second count also, this blasting is not allowed. Number three. Sir, this is one thing which your channel can take it up more seriously. There was a submission made, formal submission made, petition given to the Honorable Commissioner. Even I was present at that time up to 5 o'clock. But unfortunately, the interview did not come. It came 8 o'clock because I have some other Supreme Court work. I returned. Otherwise, I was waiting from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock to meet the Honorable Commissioner. Before that, I did meet along with other my colleagues. I think some manager who is number 2 in the hierarchy, I explained to him. He was convinced. He said, sir, now that you are going to meet the commissioner, you please inform him all these points. So, since I could not be present beyond 5 o'clock, I returned. Later, I was told these representatives of this condominium met the commissioner around 8 o'clock. Then I was also told the commissioner had promised to send one member or 2 member, 3 member, whatever the committee is, to inspect. Now, my humble request to your channel, sir, find out what the commissioner has said, because we are not at all clear. Nowhere we are able to see what the commissioner did. So inquire, because in the public knowledge, and we all have a public duty also. What is the follow-up of the commissioner's instructions? Who has come and inspected? What is his report? It should be put in the public so that we can make a comment on that. So follow up with the commissioners, whatever it is. Just some people are saying commissioner to permission de diya. I have not seen anything permission, because they themselves have said some time back, it came in the newspaper. In the name of the officer from NMMC is given, saying that we have not given the permission. That means commissioner would not have given.
Yes. Article on the 27th March 2023 by TOI. I think the city engineer Sanjay Desai has committed.
Sir,
That there is no permission of the blasting.
right, sir. If that is true, then if this site manager claims that I have a permission, we want to know from whom he has got. Even an explosive person comes only afterwards, sir. Explosive person, these explosive persons for hills are here and there, quarries and all, it's a different story. We are now talking about residential areas. So there, it is very unfortunate that this has happened like this. Now my humble request to you people, to your channel, you will be doing a great service to the public in Navi Mumbai as to what is the follow-up of this.
Okay.
Now the last point I want to mention, sir, at any cost, this blasting must be stopped. They should follow what others are following. I am told they are going 60 feet down. That means it's 4 to 5 stories inside.
Floors, 4 to 5 floors, correct.
Yes, sir. Floors, that means how deep they are going. Sir, there is one high-rise building somewhere very close there. Whatever may be the type of foundation, they will also have a problem in due course. Who knows? It may tilt, like one of the buildings tilted in Navi Mumbai, not Navi Mumbai, in that Mankod area some years ago. It tilted. Chunabatti area. Then the whole building was destroyed. So situation like that can happen here.
We have very close a case in Nerul. Nerul also there was a 3-floor building
Yes,
which
sir.
was tilted. And so ultimately they have to demolish.
Right, sir. So my humble request to these people who have undertaken, sir, I have great respect of the Godrej and Tatas because this Parsi community
Business.
has done a great service to the country.
Yes, correct. True.
And secondly, we have some admirals in our navy. I have a lot of respect for Admiral Karsaj, a very fine officer. So I found it very difficult to understand how Godrej can do this because they have handed over to some private party, and that private party appears to be making money. So through your channel, I would like to request that this matter must be placed before the Godrej authorities, topmost authorities. Perhaps if they come to know this situation, they would not allow this thing to happen.
Reputations.
Yes, sir. And another point that I would like to mention is, if you can describe these things in its totality, including the position and law explained, there is a possibility even the Bombay High Court can take suo motu action.
Suo motu, correct.
Why I'm mentioning this, it is very difficult for any of these residential people could think of putting a petition and keep on following. It's very difficult.
And we need a thorough reform of judiciary.
No, judiciary is the competent, sir. They have the competency, they have the authority, they can take suo, provided somebody presents it in a manner, like for your channel or any newspaper, describes it effectively to actually make the honorable judges look at and see, yes, there is a need to take suo motu action.
Okay.
In that case, sir, we can go and make our representation.
Okay.
Instead of our making a petition and then lot of procedure and this and that. Since this is a public interest matter, it depends on how the media is covering this in an effective way. Then only the honorable judges take note of the things.
Right.
Because somebody has to tell them, no, this is a problem.
Right.
One way is to put a petition. If you put the petition, one of the members told me, sir, these are all big people, they employ all kinds of big lawyers, we cannot fight. In a sense, he is right, but before law, everybody is equal, sir. They cannot, no matter how big advocates they bring, they cannot succeed against the law.
Correct.
So therefore, thank you very much for your opportunity for this to speak. I have systematically explained the points, also told the solution. We are not saying, sir, that you stop everything and all. No. If a redevelopment is conceived to be necessary and undertaken, let it go on. But then do it such a way that others have done.
Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Therefore, it is necessary for the authorities to realize. I am sure if this matter goes to the knowledge of the Godrej authorities, they themselves will take necessary action. And that is my humble opinion.